Hello and welcome to Destination Timeshare. I'm Jeremy. Today we're going to check out our 2-bedroom lock-off villa here at Marriott's Ko'Olina Beach Club on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. Let's head inside and check it out. Coming right up. I know if you're watching this video, it means you're considering a trip to Hawaii. What better place to stay than at Marriott's Ko'Olina Beach Club? Be sure to check out Red Timeshares. They offer timeshare rentals at Marriott's Ko'Olina and other premier resort destinations. Click on the link in the video description, pinned comment, or scan the QR code right here on the screen to explore Red Timeshares. They're different from many other rental sites. As soon as you find a reservation you want, you can book it and pay for it instantly on their website with no additional booking or processing fees. Red Timeshares is a trusted timeshare rental broker, and they'll help you get your family to the perfect destination in luxury accommodations. I'd like to thank Red Timeshares for sponsoring this video, and now let's continue on as we head into the unit here and check out this 2-bedroom villa. Here we are inside the 1-bedroom side of this 2-bedroom villa. First up, we're going to take a look at the kitchen. So just over here, we have a full kitchen, actually pretty good size. You do have a lot of counter space here. Nice big kind of island type thing here that kind of sticks out. Here you have a nice big double sink. All the kitchen supplies you'd probably need. It looks over here like we actually have a tea set, so that's kind of interesting. And I'm even seeing some bowls and some chopsticks. And they're certainly putting this in here for the Japanese market. It is really a big tourism market here in Hawaii. And then we also have an electric kettle. Let's see what we have up here in the cabinets. There's some cups there and a pitcher. I'm sure over here we're gonna have more glassware. So we actually have coffee mugs, cups, glasses, looks like champagne glasses and wine glasses for 6 people. So it looks like there's only 4 champagne glasses there. And up here we do have some storage containers, some bowls, some coasters, and it looks like there's a salad bowl there too. Then up above the microwave here, well, we do have nothing. And over here, we have our dinnerware for 6 people, as well as some measuring cups. Down here on the countertop, we do have our coffee maker, coffee supplies, cooktop. There is a knife block and that kettle and tea set as well. And then down under the cabinets, I'm sure we're gonna have our utensils and whatnot. Yep, there's our silverware, so cutlery again for 6 people. We do also have a can opener, and there is a corkscrew and bottle opener back there too. Over here, it looks like we have a whole bunch of cooking utensils. So I'll just let you kind of take a look at those there. There's so many different ones to pick from. Under here, we have, it looks like some serving dishes and baking dish. There's a blender and a toaster. Let's see if we have anything under the oven. Sometimes they put something in here, sometimes they don't. And it looks like it's just a broiler pan. Over here, looks like we have, there's a cutting board, there's a baking sheet, and our pots and pans, as well as a rice cooker. And I'm sure under the sink here, we're probably just gonna have basically our trash and some extra paper towels. And over here, we do have a dishwasher. So it's great to have a dishwasher. You don't need to be washing dishes by hand while you're on vacation. And then we have our refrigerator and freezer. So I have a freezer here with an ice maker, and it is turned on for us. And then the refrigerator down here. So lots of room here. Definitely lots of places to put your beverages and food that you might buy to cook up while you're here in Hawaii. Now over beside that, we actually have our washer and dryer. So just kind of behind these closet doors, high efficiency stacked washer and dryer here. So now we've seen the kitchen area. Let's make our way here into the dining room. So here we have a dining room table for 6 people. No kind of stools here like you might normally see here at the bar area of the kitchen. That's kind of odd. But yeah, you can seat up to 6. That there goes over to the studio unit, the lock-off door, because this is of course a 2-bedroom lock-off. So we'll be checking that out here in a little bit. But then we have some nice kind of artwork here on the wall. And I've noticed kind of a little shelf here. And it looks like they left us some Hawaiian Host milk chocolate covered macadamia nuts. So that's actually really, really nice. Looks like it's from the housekeeping team. So then making our way in here a little bit further, we now have the living room. So a couple of chairs, nice coffee table, lamps, nice big curl there on the wall with the artwork. And then down here, this of course does pull out into a sleeper sofa. And then across from all of that, we do have a television up on top of some storage there. So a nice big flat screen TV. And the living room also has a ceiling fan. And out here we have the lanai. We'll actually take a look at that here towards the end of the video. Now let's head in here and we'll take a look at the master bedroom. So something interesting about this unit, and I only think some of the units here at Ko'Olina actually have this, kind of have this little separate area from the bedroom It just has a little desk here. At one time it actually had kind of a little bench where a small child could sleep, but looks like they may have taken that out, and now we just have kind of this desk. And it actually does kind of close off with some pocket doors. So you can slide those across and close it off here from this little kind of separate little area out here. We have some nice kind of little shutters here looking out to the outside and are what will be an island view. Now here is the bedroom. So really nice big king size bed. You have a couple of nightstands. This alarm clock does have some exposed USB on it. Yeah, king size bed. And I'm not seeing any kind of exposed USB or power on this side. So that's a little bit disappointing. I thought there might be something back here behind the phone, but I'm not seeing it. Then down at the end of the bed, of course, we have our television up on top of a chest of drawers. And then we also have a ceiling fan in here. So now let's make our way into the bathroom area. As we do, we come across a little closet here. In here, it looks like we have our in-room safe, an emergency flashlight, extra bedding, some hangers, and it's where we're gonna find ironing board, and there is a laundry basket down there with some laundry detergent. It is also where you'll find the full-length mirror. Then across from that, we actually have a single vanity. This is actually separate kind of from the bathroom area where we have the toilet, but a single vanity. Big bright lighted mirror, plenty of counter space there, plenty of storage. Then across from that, we do have a garden style tub. So no jets in this, but actually a pretty good sized tub here. And it actually looks out into the bedroom area. Now, of course, you can close those shutters there so you have a little bit more privacy. And then we're gonna head in here and take a look at the bathroom. So yeah, another big bright lighted mirror, another single vanity. We do have the toilet over here. And then in here, we actually have a walk-in shower. So yeah, you have your pump, shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, and a shower here, and the shower head actually lifts off, so that's really, really handy. Not seeing any kind of shower bench in here though. So now we've seen the inside of the unit, the next thing we've got to check out, that's the beautiful lanai and our view here from the one bedroom side of this unit. Okay, so let's get this open here. Looks like there's a number of different latches and stuff like that that you got to unlock. There we go. And there is a screen door here as well, which is also locked. Yeah, here is our lanai. Looks like 2 chairs and a table there, and then some type of little lounge chair over there. Not really sure what the deal with this is. It looks like it might, oh, it's an adjustable one. So you can adjust the back of it there. So if you want to lay back a little bit, you can do that. And then here we also have an electrical outlet. So if you want to work out here, set up a computer, laptop, whatever it might be, you can certainly do that. And now most important of all is our view here from this 1 bedroom side of the 2 bedroom villa. And beautiful view out here to the mountains. Of course, they don't call this an island view for nothing because it does have an island view. We have the golf course here at Ko'Olina down below us and a wonderful view. So now we've seen the 1 bedroom side of this unit. We do have to head back in here because, you know, this is actually a full 2 bedroom and we're gonna make our way to the other side through this lock-off door. Okay, so coming over from the 1 bedroom side, we actually have the living room and bedroom area here, but we're actually gonna go and check out the kitchenette here first. So over on this side, the studio side, you do have a small kitchenette, just a small countertop. We do have coffee maker, coffee supplies, and an electric kettle, as well as some paper towels. In here, we do have our microwave oven, so just a little tiny small microwave in here. And then over here, we have dinnerware for 2 people. Here we'll have glassware for 2 people. Then under the counter here, I'm sure in this drawer, we're gonna have our silverware. So cutlery for 2 people. Looks like there's a can opener, a bottle opener, and a corkscrew back there, and a couple of steak knives. Down under here, we have a rice cooker and a toaster, as well as some dish towels, washcloths, and an ice bucket. Under the sink here, we have some laundry supplies and kitchen supplies. And in here, we do have just a small little refrigerator, bar-sized refrigerator with an ice box here. So you have the little freezer up here, no ice maker of any kind. And then down here, we have the refrigerator. Then here beside the kitchenette, we do have some storage. You have some bedding, hangers, ironing board. There is a luggage rack and a laundry basket down here on the floor, as well as our in-room safe and the full-length mirror. Now, also just off the entryway here of the studio side, we do have the bathroom. So you have your bathroom, just a single vanity here. Not a whole lot going on in here, kind of a small little bathroom. But then back here, we do have a bathtub with a shower. So you have your shower head there. I notice that actually does lift off, so you can kind of just hold it in your hand. And then over here, we do have our pump, shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. Now heading back out here, we will take a look at the bedroom and living area. We have a couple of nightstands. There are some exposed USB and power. At least on this side, you have an alarm clock that has USB. Over there, there's kind of an exposed USB and power on the back of that nightstand. But yeah, king size bed here. Then down here, you can have a medium size or a smallish television atop a chest of drawers. You have a small dining area, so dining area just for 2 people. And then over here, we have the sofa, which will pull out into a sleeper, as well as this little coffee table, which is kind of convertible. You take that top, you lift it up, you flip it over, and you have a small ottoman. And it's also really nice to see a ceiling fan in the room too. Yeah, so that's the inside of the studio side and the full 2-bedroom here. Now let's head out here and we'll take a look at the lanai on this studio side. Yeah, so this is a pretty small lanai, not a whole lot going on out here. Not a whole lot of room. You just have 2 chairs and a small table. There is an electrical outlet down here, but this is what I want to see most. This is our mountain view here from the studio side of this full 2-bedroom lock-off unit at Marriott's Ko'Olina. You see the mountains off there in the distance, but one thing I do want to point out, well, we do have some nice landscaping down there. We also have a bit of a view of the parking lot. So you know how it goes, but for us here on the 6th floor, it doesn't really matter. We won't be looking down, we'll be looking out there, and we'll even be over on the 1-bedroom side of this unit quite a bit as well. So yeah, there it is, the full 2-bedroom lock-off villa here at Marriott's Ko'Olina Beach Club on the island of Oahu. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really, I can't stress this enough, helps out these videos tremendously. Now, if you're also noticing something a little bit peculiar about this villa tour, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are down below. And if you didn't, well, never mind, don't worry about it. And to see another one from here at Marriott's Ko'Olina Beach Club, it will be a full resort tour. Check that out here coming up next. Thanks for watching, and remember, until next time, the best destination is always a timeshare.